Molière was a famous French writer and playwright. He was born on January 15, 1622, in Paris, France. His real name was Jean-Baptiste Poquelin, but he is known by his pen name, Molière. Molière is famous for writing plays that make people laugh, but he also used his plays to talk about important issues in society. He is one of the most well-known playwrights in the world, and his works are still performed today. Molière's plays were not only funny, but they also showed people's behavior in a way that made them think. Many of his plays were about the flaws of people, such as greed, pride, and hypocrisy. He used comedy to point out these flaws, making people laugh while also teaching them lessons about life. One of Molière's most famous plays is Tartuffe. In this play, he talks about a man named Tartuffe, who pretends to be very religious, but is actually a fraud. Tartuffe tricks a rich family into giving him money and power, but in the end, the family discovers the truth and exposes him. Tartuffe was a very popular play, but it caused a lot of trouble. Some people in the church did not like how Molière made fun of religion, and they tried to stop the play from being performed. But Molière did not stop. He kept performing his plays, and Tartuffe became one of his greatest successes. Another well-known play by Molière is The Misanthrope. In this play, the main character, Alceste, is very angry with people. He thinks that everyone is fake and dishonest. But even though he dislikes people, he also wants to be loved and accepted by them. This play shows the struggle between wanting to be truthful and needing the approval of others. The Misanthrope is a very interesting play, because it shows how difficult it can be to balance honesty and kindness in relationships. Molière also wrote many other plays, such as The Imaginary Invalid, The School for Wives, and The Miser. All of these plays have something in common: they focus on human nature and the way people act. Molière had a talent for making his characters both funny and realistic. His plays often showed characters who were selfish, greedy, or foolish, but they were also people that the audience could relate to. Through his writing, Molière helped people understand themselves better. Molière's plays were not just for fun. He used his comedy to make serious points about society. He often made fun of the rich and powerful people in society, showing how they were selfish or hypocritical. But he also made fun of regular people, pointing out their flaws and mistakes. His work was a way of saying that everyone has problems, and that we can all learn from our mistakes. Molière's success as a playwright did not come easily. At the beginning of his career, many people did not take him seriously. He started as an actor and formed a theater company called Lillester Theatre. However, the company did not do well and had to close after only a few years. Molière then joined another theater company and started writing plays that he could perform with them. Over time, people began to recognize his talent, and his plays became very popular. Molière became known as the master of comedy, and his plays were performed all over France. His plays were not only popular in France, but also in other countries. Molière's work influenced many writers and playwrights around the world. His style of writing, which combined humor with serious messages, inspired other great writers, including William Shakespeare, who used similar techniques in his own plays. Even though Molière's life was not always easy, his work continued to grow in popularity. He became friends with many important people, including King Louis XIV, who supported him and his theater company. The king even gave Molière the title of official playwright of the French court. This was a great honor, and it helped Molière's career. Molière's plays were not always well received by everyone. Some people in society did not like how he made fun of certain groups of people, especially the church and the rich. But Molière never stopped writing what he believed in. He continued to write plays that made people laugh, but also made them think about the world around them. Molière died on February 17, 1673, at the age of 51. His death was very tragic because he passed away just after performing one of his plays. He had been very sick, but he still performed for his audience. Even though his health was failing, he continued to work because he loved theater and believed in the importance of his art. Molière's death marked the end of an era in French theater, but his legacy lives on. Today, Molière's plays are still performed in theaters around the world. People still laugh at his jokes and appreciate the lessons he taught through his writing. His works have been translated into many languages, and his influence can be seen in the plays of many modern writers. Molière's birthday, January 15th, is a time to remember and celebrate his contributions to literature and theater. Molière's plays remind us of the importance of humor and the power of laughter. He showed us that it is possible to make people laugh while also teaching them important lessons about life. His plays continue to be enjoyed by audiences of all ages, and his work is still considered some of the greatest in the world of theater. In conclusion, Molière was not only a master of comedy, but also a writer who used his plays to criticize society and make people think. His birthday, January 15th, is a special day to remember his achievements and the lasting impact he has had on literature and theater. Molière's work will continue to inspire writers and performers for generations to come.